Alright, greetings everyone. Welcome to another Insurgency episode. This will be the final one. I do not plan on doing any more, certainly any more videos on it. That being said, this is a little bit different. Previously what I've done is I've just played the Conquer mode with, well, sometimes with a full team, but laterally we've kind of got rid of some of the bots and made it a bit harder for ourselves. Obviously we've been playing on the harder difficulty as we've got used to the game, but this, I go solo YOLO for the entire, well, there's two games we play on two maps. The first map is Siege, I believe, and the second map is Tell. So Siege is a little easier because A and B are together, or are fairly close together. Tell, a bit more challenging, but we'll get into that. I'm going to post-com this because I just wanted to try hard as I was playing. Let's get into the footage. Alright, this is the games. This is the first map, Siege, that we're doing. Again, I'm doing it solo, no bots, nothing. Now this gives us the added pressure that we've got to watch all three control points, but also we'll be fighting a lot more because we won't have our bot friends to kill the other bots, or even just take the attention of the other bots. They'll all be focused on me. It's like that moment when it says last man, or last troop, or whatever it says. But it'll be permanently like that, and if we die, it's over. Well, if we die, you'll find out how many times I did die come the end, but this is, I will warn you, well, just watch it and have a good look, decide for yourselves. So as I said in the intro, A and B in this map, fairly close together, which is why I chose it. C isn't even that far away either. There's actually a fairly sheltered route to get to it. The only issue is you've got to get across the road and hope that nobody saw you. We've just captured A. We're going to B. I don't actually know how many enemies there are, but you know, the point is we've got to fight all of them. So we're just getting B at the moment. As you can see, we were just warned that A is being recaptured, so we can't rely on our bot friends to do the fighting. We've got to go and deal with it ourselves, which is what we're doing. That was fairly fortunate. This wasn't the first attempt, by the way, just want to make that clear, although as I said, you will see that in a bit. Guy there. Partly you can't shoot through that gate, fair enough. And we're able to. They actually got the bar up very high. But yeah, they were just swarming around A at this point. B is also being recaptured. Not an ideal set of circumstances. It took ages to reload that gun. Not ages, but not as quickly as I would have liked. And I did customise it. I chose my favourite class, my favourite weapon, favourite what do you call it, additions, add-ons, whatever, and that's ultimately, you know, so I was comfortable with it. I didn't want to be carrying around a gun that I couldn't use, like a sniper rifle. I'm terrible with the snipers. Shotgun I'm okay with. The very heavy ones I'm okay with, except again it's infuriating when they take a long time to reload. A is being recaptured, having obviously just been there. We're bearing down on C. C's actually very nice to capture because we can just sit inside this build and we can just cover the doorway, which includes the top of the stairs, which is mainly the way the bots come. They don't exclusively come that way, but most of the time they do. As demonstrated. I think I got one shot there and it was over. Doesn't take too much to kill them. I guess that's the nature of shooters, is it doesn't take too long. This was a nice, intense rally or fight. My aim's horrible, but so's theirs. That's all that matters. Still one out there. Dealt with. We can head back. So we've taken C, although, as you see, all three of the control points have been captured somewhat. Whether there are bots there still capturing or not remains to be seen, but we need to go and obviously secure them. And I was actually, I was trying one of the other modes, I think it was called Push or something, where you're either an attacker or a defender, and instead of a non-linear mode, which is what I'm doing, ABC, or CBA, whatever order you want. You had to do it in order, or you had to defend them against the attackers who were trying to capture them in order. Tried that, it was broken, or I just didn't know how to do it. Probably the latter, but I was going to do some of that, but it just wasn't very feasible. Anyway, we've been to A, we've been to B. At this point, you're obviously thinking, you know, could it happen? Again, keep in mind this is not my first attempt. Could it happen? Guy coming down the stairs. But at the same time, you're still a wee bit nervous that one of the other ones is going to start flashing. C was a very long way captured. So we'll just recapture it. Dealing with the final resistance, and there we go, we secured victory as a solo. As you can see there, I did have, this was my 4th attempt. I had 3 failed attempts prior to this. 14 kills, not bad, and all the other info is there. Pause it if you are interested. But let's get on to the second map, Tell. At first I didn't remember this map, but after I took A the first time, I remembered it no problem. This first bit is very interesting as a solo because they're all there, as you can see. Every single one of them is basically in that valley. So the idea is to fight. You've got to fight first. You can't avoid. I tried to avoid, but you've got to cross that valley to, or that ditch or canal or road or whatever it is, riverbed. You've got to cross it in order to get to all the control points. There was us just dealing with some of the insurgents. It's time to get out. This was my favoured route. Round the back. They sometimes did come from the rear when you were least expecting it, because they went around, they went to spawn and then went into the area behind spawn. As you can see though, A is right here. This was the map where you could hear the call to prayer. Very, very atmospheric. Anyway, take every chance I can to reload. And we just sit and we watch. Now this is a bit more challenging compared with Siege because obviously things are spread out a bit more, and I remember actually struggling with it when I did it before. So I was a wee bit, you know, unsure. I didn't choose this specifically because I wanted to use this map. I chose it because I couldn't remember it. So I was like, well, let's play it and see if I remember it. At this point I wasn't sure if I'd killed that guy. I went back to check out what was going on at A. Obviously I dealt with the resistance there. There was one guy over there. I think I got him. Or not. I'm pretty sure I did get him. Otherwise I would have left him because he would have just come over here and, you know, undone my good work, so to speak. Anyway, we're heading to B. If you remember, this map B's very challenging because there's so many entrance points, there's not much cover. You got to be very selective about where you go. You didn't see that there was a person coming through from B, so we had to deal with them. I think my first attempt at this I went to C instead because I thought I'd leave B until the end. I couldn't be bothered trying to hold B, but I obviously opted differently this time. I don't think I killed that guy. I think he got away, and then I got shot at. Didn't know where they were coming from. Ran into a guy. Another fella there. This is where the intense gunfire happens. Or is it as intense as it can get against bots? I mean, I was really into this. Like, this was actually so fun. Like, it's, one forgets it's the challenge of video games that often jigs. That was Needy's. It's the challenge of video games that draws one sometimes, and that's what this presented, this opportunity. Got another intruder there. But yeah, B was a hot spot. There's another chap. Of course, we can't really just leave them roaming about. We won't be able to capture B. Also, someone could come from behind. That's worth remembering. Another one down. I feel like I kept hearing footsteps as well, which kept getting me. Wow. Forgot about that guy. Then we had a bit of gunfire through the hallway. Got to take a chance on reloading. Yeah, so they're all over. They're all over B. As you see, they were slowly but surely capturing it. And all this time you're hoping that they don't go for E as well, because that doubles your work, plus the journey time and all that. That was a nice accurate shot there. Yeah, my aim's alright sometimes. I remember Dolma once telling me that close-up encounters in a shooter aren't really that good. And at first I didn't get that, but I do now, having actually, well, having played against bots, I understand close-up encounters with big guns aren't that good. Anyway, it's on to the home straight. We just need to capture C and hope A and B are left alone. Take the chance to reload here before any more come. 3 bags left. And then we wait. They usually come from the opposite side. I opted to have that pillar between me and the other door just for extra cover. Managed to take down the 2 there, and that's it. We managed to defeat Tell as a solo. 24 kills. Game lasted about 5 minutes. That was also my 4th attempt, so not bad.